Arynnia. I've been standing right here in the BuzzIn's Millionaire studio, all alone in the dark for the last year and a half, waiting for the lights to come back on. And tonight, they finally are. And as you can see, we have decked the halls for an incredibly special holiday show. A super special holiday show. However, tonight is going to be anything but a silent night, as we bring the world's greatest quiz show above and beyond to an all-new dimension. For the first time ever, our players will be able to unlock not 3, not 4, but 5 lifelines. And if they answer 15 multiple-choice questions, they will win the biggest prize in BuzzIn's history, a staggering 10 million BuzzIn's dollars. Get ready, because this is the return of Super Millionaire! And welcome to the first ever episode of BuzzIn's Super Millionaire. Are you guys surprised?
Super surprised!
I'm blown away.
Super Millionaire.
That's right. Our players did not know about this ahead of time. They thought this was just going to be your regular run-of-the-mill Who Wants to Be a Millionaire show. Not tonight. But with great reward comes great risk, as well as some of the hardest questions assembled by a very incredible research team. Even I don't know the questions ahead of time, because there's going to be a couple of other things that are going to be added to tonight's program. So who's ready to give away $10 million?
Yeah!
I'm ready! Let's do this! Let's do this!
Let me introduce tonight's first player, making her BuzzIn debut. Please welcome Arynnia. All right, let's go play for $10 million. Welcome to the show, Arynnia. How are you doing this evening?
Doing all right, though I seem to be running into things.
I think there might be a chair there, but we had to take it away, but it just might still have essence of chair.
Essence of chair.
Essence of chair. Yes, so welcome to Super Millionaire. Did you see this coming? I noticed you picked up on the fact that we were in the Super Millionaire studio, and then I don't know.
Yeah, I was getting there. I had an idea. I had a pretty good idea. I wasn't sure I expected it to come all the way, but sorry, it went back to the wide camera, and I see this comment over here. The new fragrance by Estee Lauder, Essence of Chair. Yes.
I love it. Essence of Chair.
Essence of Chair.
But I'm definitely excited. Before we get into all the fun stuff, just real quick, tell us a little bit about yourself. As a reminder, you never have to say anything you're not comfortable with sharing.
So, of course, my name is Arynnia. I am just a little Uber Eats driver around. I've mentioned that before. However, I also host Super Millionaire on my own Twitch channel. So this is something that is entirely familiar to me. I think I know where we're going here. But I'll be interested to see what other twists and turns you guys have in mind. And it's interesting to me because it's always nice when you get to see a host become a contestant on what is sort of their own show.
Exactly. Yes, and as she had mentioned, she does host Super Millionaire on her server, as well as the Millionaire Crew Discord, which BuzzIn is partnered with. And she is also one of our up-and-coming hosts on Millionaire Play It. So just lots of cool things that have been going on in the Millionaire world. I love it. I love being a part of it. And I love that I am actually back kind of on my own, on my home turf, because when I actually started hosting for what would become BuzzIn, we started with Super Millionaire. But of course, back then, that wasn't BuzzIn dollars, it was bragging rights. Tonight, it's for BuzzIn dollars. Are you ready to win 10 million BuzzIn dollars?
I'll definitely give it my best shot, though. We'll have to see what the questions do.
Absolutely, let's do it. All right, so here is how this is going to work. It's going to be a little bit different than you may have remembered. As it stands, you are just 15 questions away from winning 10 million BuzzIn dollars. That's right, that is the biggest prize we have ever offered on BuzzIn. However, it is not going to be easy at all. If you make it past the first 5 questions, you will win $5,000. That will be your first safe level. After 5 more questions, you will bank $100,000, and that will become your second safe level. And from that point on, you will enter the final frontier of our game, where you will be playing for millions and millions of dollars. We want you to get as far as you can, so we are going to give you some help. Of course, you have your lifelines. To start off with, you're going to have 50-50, which will take away 2 of the wrong answers. You can ask the audience, which will poll our studio audience, as well as our Discord and Twitch audiences, to give you a combined total of what they think the answer is. And for the first time ever, you can ask the host. That is me. You have 2 lifelines. I'm kidding. I'm going to help you the best that I can. And in fact, we're going to do something a little bit different. Because this is our holiday show, we're going to give you just an added bonus of help. You can consult with me on 3 questions, up to $100,000, without exhausting a lifeline. So if you want me to give you input on what I think the answer could be, you can use me up to 3 times, but once you make it past $100,000, you will then have to initiate the Ask the Host lifeline, or upon the 4th time you've needed to ask me, you will then have to formally initiate the Ask the Host lifeline.
Right.
Now, of course, once you make it past $100,000, you will enter the final frontier of our game. And with that comes added bonuses as well. You will gain 2 additional lifelines. The first is Ask the Expert. And our expert is sequestered backstage in a dark room, hidden, his identity shrouded in absolute mystery. But he is an incredible person. He is incredibly talented, incredibly smart, and I'm sure he will do the best that he can to help you. As well as Ask the Expert, you will then unlock our 5th lifeline, which is Double Dip, which will allow you 1 additional final answer on the question. However, if you initiate that Double Dip, you must answer the question. You will not be able to walk away. With all of that in mind, I'm sure it does, but in case you ever need anything recapped, just let me know. Arynnia, I have 15 questions and $10 million. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Audience, are you ready?
Let's play Super Millionaire. Let's go.
Let's play
Million.
Super Millionaire.
Let's play Super Millionaire.
Words.
God, I am so excited. All right. Your first question is valued at $1,000. Best of luck. Here it is. In the 1995 movie Casper, the 1995 movie Casper is based upon a titillating character originally seen where? Comic books, social media, The Masked Singer, or a sheep manufacturer. D was just a little slow, it's okay.
Well,
He's late to the part.
I think The Masked Singer is a little bit after 1995, as is social media. Somehow I don't think it's a sheep manufacturer. I'm pretty sure that... I'm sorry, I just keep seeing... I just keep seeing the audience chat.
Alright, audience. I know you guys are excited. Let's simmer down, simmer down.
I'm pretty sure that that is Casper the Friendly Ghost, who, if I'm not mistaken, came from comic books A, and that's my final answer.
A it is, and you have $1,000. All right. Moving right along, let's take a look now at your $2,000 question. Beginning in 1933, what city would host the Rockefeller Center's massive Christmas tree? Los Angeles, Miami, New York, or the North Pole?
Rockefeller Center is in New York City. I believe that's actually where NBC is located. So I'm going to have to say C, final answer.
You're sure it's not North Pole, Florida? Yeah, that's not a thing. I've actually been there, and it is in New York, and it is NBC's headquarters. And they have a really cool area you can go called the Top of the Rock, which is really cool. All right, playing for $3,000, moving right along. Under which president was the size of the United States nearly doubled under the Louisiana Purchase? James Madison, Thomas Jefferson, Andrew Jackson, or William Howard Taft?
Well, James Madison was the War of 1812. Andrew Jackson was mostly known for Indian removal and kicking the Bank of the United States out the window. William Howard Taft was the president who wanted to be Chief Justice, but in 1803, he wasn't even sure it was constitutional. However, Thomas Jefferson is the president who made the purchase B final answer.
Absolutely right. You have $3,000. As I nearly knock my laptop off the table. It's fine.
Oh no!
All right, for $4,000. Traditionally, on which day of the year does Kwanzaa begin? Is it December 1st, December 25th, December 26th, or January 1st?
Well, okay, I honestly haven't the foggiest, so I think I'm going to go ahead and invoke one of 3 times that I may consult with you, Braden.
All right, and what I think is December 26th. If I'm not mistaken, it's the period of time between Christmas and New Year's. So that would be December 26th to January 1st, but starting on the 26th. I'm about 90% sure.
Well, it's the only one that sounds remotely close to me. You know, I do still have 2 more opportunities to ask you after this. I think I'm safe, even though this is an early question. This is Super Millionaire, so it's more like a mid-tier question on Classic. I think I'm safe burning a 50-50 just to be sure.
All right, computer, if you would, please go ahead and take away 2 of the wrong answers. That leaves you with the 26th or January 1st.
Okay, that makes sense to me because my other option was December 1. I'm going to say C, December 26th, final answer.
All right, lock it in. Computer, if you would, please reveal the correct answer. There it is.
Yes!
Yeah, I was pretty sure.
It was either the 1st or the 26th, and you said 26, but I just wanted to be sure, and since I have the extra times to ask you, might as well use them.
Absolutely, and like I said, I don't know the questions before they appear. That being said, you are now playing for $5,000. This is your first safe level, and here it is. Jimmy Buffett sang about a place named after which of these beverages? Hot milk, brewed coffee, margarita, or eggnog?
Oh. I can't remember.
$5,000.
I can't remember if it was Jimmy Buffett, but the only one of those that sounds like it would be a place would be Margaritaville.
Well, just as a reminder, you do have your Ask the Audience. You can ask me up to 2 more times.
This is why I hate pop culture sometimes.
I understand.
God. I can't remember any songs named Hot Milkville or Brewed Coffeeville or anything related. Okay, I just want the audience to start cheering, and if they get it wrong, just stop immediately. C, Margarita, final answer.
Oh, Arynnia. You got it. It's Margaritaville. You're right. Woo! All right, that brings us up to $5,000. We know Arynnia can't leave with any less than that. We are now playing for $10,000.
God! It's too early to be making Ken Basin references.
It's never too early to be making Ken Basin references. Alright, you're playing for $10,000. You do still have 2 lifelines left. Let's take a look. Which celebrity chef was originally known as the Naked Chef? Jamie Oliver, Kat Cora, Curtis Stone, Nigella Lawson.
Good lord.
I did say it was going to be hard.
Yes, but you didn't tell me it was going to be all pop culture. Ah! I'm going to have to ask the audience on this one.
Well, as a reminder, you can ask the audience, but you can also consult with me free of charge 2 more times. If it's something you think that I might know.
Actually, I think I will go to you. Make this number 2.
Alright, let's do that. Alright, that being said, I am glad you decided to do that because I am a huge foodie, as some of you guys know. I love my British chefs. That being said, I know for a fact it is Jamie Oliver. That's where he kind of got his start as a TV chef. Because what he would do is, the reason why he was called the Naked Chef is because he would take recipes and break them down and go over ingredient by ingredient by ingredient. So, like, you know, all the spare parts and whatnot of the recipes. So yeah, I'm 100% confident that it is Jamie Oliver.
Well, you have more of an idea than I do, and I'm just glad he's not known as the Naked Chef for other reasons. But
No.
I will go ahead and lock in a Jamie Oliver final answer.
I mean, I would probably be more okay with Curtis Stone being the Naked Chef, but we're not going to talk about that. Computer, if you would, please reveal the correct answer. Jamie Oliver. Alright, that brings you up to $10,000. You are now just 9 questions to $10 million. Let's take a look at your $20,000 question. At the end of Hanukkah, how many candles are lit on each side of a menorah? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
Okay, so I am familiar with this one. Hanukkah, if I remember correctly, is 8 days. And if I'm not mistaken, 1 candle is lit each, one in the center. There's 9 candles on a menorah. Minus the one in the center is 8 on each side. That would leave 4. D, final answer.
Alright, going with 4. And it's the right answer. You have $20,000. 4 on each side with, of course, the main candle in the middle. You're now playing for $30,000. Moving right along. Here is the question for $30,000. A dessert of strawberries and cream sometimes goes by which of these names? Strawberry Win, Strawberry Fool, Strawberry Beach, or Strawberry Sand?
I've seen this one. I think I know what it is. You mentioned you're a foodie. For confirmation, I'm going to go my 3rd time to you.
And you're going to confirm that?
Yes.
Alright. Again, I am foodie. As I mentioned before, I have had this, and I like to make it into a cake. It is Strawberry Fool.
That's what I was thinking as well.
Just shameless plug here. Take, just like your regular vanilla cake, like, mix, like, a strawberry jello with, like, whipping cream, and then, like, pour it on top of the cake, then add strawberries and cool up. Amazing. Yes, so B. I am 100% sure.
That's what I was thinking too, but I wasn't confident enough to risk 15,000 on it. B, Strawberry Fool, final answer.
Alright. And computer, if you would, please reveal the correct answer. Strawberry Fool it is for $30,000. All right, you are now just 7 questions, Arynnia. 7. Between you and $10 million. You are more than halfway there. You still have 2 of your lifelines. This is looking pretty good. This next question is for $50,000. You can still consult with me. Actually, you cannot still consult with me. The next time you do decide to consult with me, it will have to count as your lifeline.
Right.
That being said, you do have the 2 lifelines you can ask the audience, and you can formally ask me. Whew. All right, here's the question for $50,000. And under a 1659 puritanical law, you could be fined for feasting on Christmas Day in which of these cities? Albany, Philadelphia, Boston, or St. Augustine?
I think I know
They
this one,
get
but
harder. They do get harder.
But again, I'm not confident enough to just blitz it out. I am gonna ask the audience on this one.
All right, let's do that, audience. Arynnia needs your help. The question is, under a 1659 puritanical law, you could be fined for feasting on Christmas Day in which of these cities? Albany, Philadelphia, Boston, or St. Augustine? As a reminder, no discussing the question. We don't want to know that you don't know it. We don't want to know that you do know it. We just want A, B, C, or D, and you only have to vote if you feel you know the answer. That being said, everyone, you have 30 seconds to vote, and your time starts now. Okay, let's see what the results are. And in the in-studio chat, it is 90% for Boston, 10% for St. Augustine, and on Discord, it is 100% for St. Augustine. However, seeing the results, there are more people saying Boston than St. Augustine overall. I would say 60% for Boston, 40% for St. Augustine. And Twitch, the Twitch vote just came in. Twitch is 100% for Boston.
Well,
So 83% on Twitch for Boston, 16% for Albany. Welcome to the joys of doing a live game show. We have to throw all of these numbers together and give you all of the information as we receive it. So that being said, final total is, it appears to be
pretty heavily for Boston.
75% Boston, 20% St. Augustine, and 5% Albany.
Well, I'm wishing I hadn't used it because I could have logicked through it pretty well. I'm pretty sure Albany at the time was still under the Dutch. Now that I actually get to thinking about it, I need to take more time before I start locking in these lifelines. Philadelphia doesn't make sense to me. St. Augustine really doesn't make sense to me because that's Spanish Florida. I mean, the only one that makes sense now that I think of it is Boston, and the fact that the audience agrees with me, see Boston, final answer.
And it's the right answer. You just won $50,000. You have one Ask the Expert lifeline left for now, but if you get this question right, Arynnia, you will be looking at a question for $500,000. You will earn 2 new lifelines, and we will be going into the final frontier of Super Millionaire for the first time. I'm really pulling for you. Everything is crossed. Audience, I know they're behind you as well. Let's take a look now at the question for a guaranteed $100,000. Herman Melville's Moby Dick In Herman Melville's Moby Dick, the referenced Sheffield contrivance is an early form of what? Contrivance, sorry. Submarine, Swiss Army knife, wristwatch, or sextant?
I haven't read Moby Dick in more than a decade. And I didn't really enjoy it either. You know, that's the thing when you get into 19th century literature, is it can be very hit or miss. So basically, none of the book is stuck with me. I have a very faint idea, but when you're risking 45,000, you might as well say you haven't got a Scooby. So, I'm gonna have to ask you. I can't justify risking this.
Final answer?
Final answer. I'm gonna have to ask you.
All right. Just as a reminder, I have not seen these questions before the show. You and I are seeing them live. I do not have the answer on my screen until you have logged in, and because you're choosing to ask me, I'm not going to see the answer, period. That being said, here is what I think. What do you think?
I mean, something makes me think it's either A or B.
I read it in high school, and I try not to remember high school. I'm pretty sure most people would agree with me. I vaguely remember Swiss Army knife. Like, that's what I'm pulled toward. I'm pulled toward Swiss Army knife. I don't recall a wristwatch. Sextant, maybe, but I don't no, I don't think it would be the submarine. I vaguely remember Swiss Army knife, and God, I can't even give you references to the book or anything because like you said, it did not stick with me as well either. I hated literature. If I had to go for it, like back up against the wall, I would say Swiss Army knife. But again, that's just because like something in my mind is going beep beep beep. That's it. That's all I have though, is like an instinct, and I wish I could be more solid with what I think it is, but unfortunately I just can't, and that is my final answer.
Well, when they first came up, I thought A or B. Because a sextant doesn't make sense to me. A sextant, I can pretty well rule out D, because sextants existed for 300 years before Moby Dick. I think. I don't think they were that recent. If it's wrong, I still have 5,000. If it's right, I'm 5 away from 10 million. If I walk away, I've got 50,000.
That's true.
But I honestly I got more than
right. If you get it right, you'll be the first person into the final frontier.
And I mean, I got more than 50,000 on the Black Friday giveaway you guys ran. I got $500,000 in BuzzIn dollars. I could get more than that from just logging into the website each day, which I need to start doing.
Speaking of, shameless plug to the website. If you guys have not seen it yet, it's newly renovated and it's incredible. BuzzIn.tv. The choice is yours, but as we've recapped, get it right, it's a guaranteed $100,000, and you'll be playing for millions and millions of dollars. You'll have 2 lifelines, as well as bragging rights, being the first person in the final frontier. If you get it wrong, though, you will drop back down to 5,000. You could walk with 50 at the moment.
B, Swiss Army knife. Final answer.
Like I said, I just had a gut instinct. I was not confident in that at all. Oh, there is a lot riding on this. Computer. For $100,000, please reveal the correct answer. Yes!
Yes!
Yes! Woo! Arynnia, you just won $100,000.
Apologies for anybody's eardrums that I just blew out.
Take a look at this. Arynnia, you have just won $100,000. That is the least amount of money you'll be walking away with tonight. And as we get this wonderful 360-degree view of this amazing set, it's time to enter the final frontier. The doors are opening, and ladies and gentlemen, we are in outer space. The final frontier. Miles above the Earth. You are now playing an out-of-this-world game. You are just 5 questions away from winning $10 million and being the biggest winner in BuzzIn history. Before you were without a lifeline, but not anymore because you have unlocked those 2 new lifelines. Ask the expert and double dip, and I can reveal the secret identity of tonight's expert. Ladies and gentlemen, our expert this evening is the host of BuzzIn's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, as well as a former $30,000 winner on Millionaire. Please welcome Brian Henniger. Hey, Brian.
How you doing, Brayden?
I am doing fantastic. What do you think so far? I mean, what an incredible game she's playing.
She is playing a fantastic game. She may not need my help, but I'm honored that I get to be her expert. I hope I can win you a lot of money, and I'll say it now. Merry Christmas to you, and happy birthday to my mom.
Happy birthday, Miss
Brian.
Henniger.
Knock 'em dead,
All right.
Ariana.
All right, so that is Brian. Brian is standing by to help you out. With that being said, like I said, just 5 questions. We can do this. You're already 2/3 of the way there. And you did that with 3 lifelines. We can get through 5 more questions with 2 lifelines, right?
I hope so.
I will say, though, these are going to be the hardest questions ever asked on BuzzIn. That being said, let's play for $500,000.
Let's do it.
All right, let's take a look. Here's the question for $500,000. Not once part of the supercontinent known as Gondwana. Mexico. Somalia. Chile. India.
I know this.
Really?
One of the things I used to study as sort of an autistic kid's hobby was paleogeography. And there were 2 major supercontinents after the breakup of Pangaea. There was Laurasia and there was Gondwana. Laurasia later broke up into Eurasia and North America. Gondwana was South America, Africa, Australia, and Antarctica. But also, we have to remember that India was not part of Laurasia. It broke off from around the southern tip of what is now Africa and moved north. That's why we have the Himalaya Mountains. Somalia is in Africa. Obviously not the correct answer. Africa was part of Gondwana. Chile is in South America, and South America did not join with North America until the closure of the Isthmus of Panama. South America was part of Gondwana. That only leaves one option. North America was part of Laurasia. Mexico is part of North America. A, Mexico. Final answer.
I had no idea. And just hearing you reason that out was incredible. You have done very, very well up until this point. And you're not done yet. You just won $500,000!
All right.
Oh! Oh my goodness. You're now just 4 questions away from $10 million. You're playing for 7 figures, and I'm so excited. I'm almost emotional. Like, this is incredible.
I know.
Ugh.
I love the feeling from the host side and the contested side. It's incredible. I know what you're going through right now.
I've been doing this for 5 years. It doesn't change at all. And there's real BuzzIn dollars involved this time. You're just 4 questions. 4 questions, 2 lifelines. Normally this would be the end of the road, coming on to the $1 million question. But if you get this right, there's still more to go. But this is a question, Arynnia, for $1 million. Let's take a look. The $1 million question is this. Which of these new Hollywood pioneers founded the company that would form a partnership with the startup that would eventually become Active Worlds? Oh god. Stanley Kubrick, George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, or Ridley Scott?
I haven't the foggiest. I'm going to ask the expert.
All right, and of course, our expert this evening is the host of BuzzIn's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. It is Brian. Hey, Brian, how are you doing?
Sick as a dog, but having the time of my life.
Yeah, there is a lot riding on this moment.
Yeah.
Brian, I'm about to feed and that is worth $1 million.
Got it.
Once the question and the 4 answers appear for you, I will read it over with you, and then you will have 30 seconds to give us your answer.
Okay.
Best of luck, Brian. You have 30 seconds. Let's show the question. Time starts now. Which of these new Hollywood pioneers founded the company that would form a partnership with the startup that would eventually become Active Worlds? Stanley Kubrick, George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, Ridley Scott.
Okay, I don't think it's George Lucas or Spielberg. For whatever reason, I think it's either Kubrick or Scott. Kubrick was much more into developing new technologies in filmmaking, and he was sort of unusual like that. Gun to my head, I would guess Kubrick, but it's about 65%, but I'm not 100% sure.
All right, Brian, thank you. All right, Arynnia, he said he was leaning towards Kubrick, could be Scott. He was not entirely sure.
Well,
You do have a double dip, which
but that would be my
means
last lifeline.
it would be your last lifeline.
Wait
But
a minute, huh?
minor glitch, we'll just pretend the audience wasn't there. But yes, you do have the double dip. Like I said, it wouldn't be a BuzzIn show without a few technical flaws, and honestly, the fact that we have made it this far is great. We've made
No,
it
I just wanted to make sure.
made it a $1 million question. But yes, no, the audience has been used. You only have your double dip left, and just terms and services, user agreement of double dip. If you go for it, you get one additional final answer if your first answer is wrong. However, you are forced to play the question, and at this point, Arynnia, if you give me a wrong answer, you will lose 400,000 BuzzIn dollars to go back down to 100,000. I just watched an owl fall off the stands. And now the owl is flying around the... Who let an owl in here?
Well, I mean, just remember, you've got a wolf playing Super Millionaire right now, so... The windows are open.
The windows are open, but we're like 100,000 miles above the Earth? I mean... We are in outer space. One of those answers is worth $1 million.
Yeah, the big question is which one? None of them sound right is the problem. And the one that sounds least right to me is the one that the expert went with. That's why I'm being thrown here. It doesn't sound like Lucas. I don't think it's Lucas. Spielberg doesn't sound right either. If I end up wasting my double dip, I'm gonna
If you end up wasting your double dip, you will have $1 million and a look at the $2.5 million question. But that infers that you go for it.
I'm reminded of Regis Philbin's Super Millionaire and Bobo Essig. What the heck? Double dip.
Is that your final answer?
Final answer, double dip.
Arynnia is locked in for $1 million. Can I have your first answer?
I'm going to go with what was my initial instinct. D, Ridley Scott, final answer.
All right. I have to say that I don't even know what the answer is because it's an Active Worlds question. We were very heavily involved in Active Worlds, and I have to say Ridley Scott is not the right answer. You have one more answer. If it is wrong, you go back down to $100,000. If it is right, you have won $1 million. May I have your second answer?
Lucas doesn't sound right. Spielberg doesn't sound right. It sets off a lot of alarm bells, but at this point I am committed. A, Stanley Kubrick, final answer.
Arynnia, believe it or not, it was Steven Spielberg.
Oh no.
I'm so sorry. You've just lost $400,000.
Arynnia, I am so sorry.
That's okay. You came to play and play you did. You've won $100,000 and I don't think that's anything to scoff at.
Nah.
That is an incredibly amount the words. I'm just excited. That is a lot of money. You've played a wonderful game. How do you feel? It's first time on Super Millionaire and you made it to the $1 million question.
I just wish I could have ended up with the game shelf.
I know. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Arynnia. She's leaving us with $100,000. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, one more player is going to be playing for $10 million. Don't go away. More Super Millionaire in just a few minutes. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Super Millionaire. If you're just joining us, unfortunately, Arynnia dropped to $100,000 after a particularly tricky $1 million question. But again, she's walking away with $100,000. I'd say that was a pretty great start to Super Millionaire. Wouldn't you guys agree? Well, our next contestant, of course, is no stranger to the BuzzIn world or stage, or stages for that matter. In fact, our next player was the original host of BuzzIn's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, as well as the banker turned host of Deal or No Deal, and the host of our Legends of the Hidden Temple special. From Reno, Nevada, please welcome trivia host Patrick Murphy.
Go Pat!
Oh my god.
Hey Pat, how are you?
I am a nervous wreck.
How did it feel to be standing there knowing that you were going to be on the show and then me announcing at the start of the show that it was Super Millionaire?
I was expecting $1 million because I want to break the $1 million curse for freak's sake, but I actually had the chance to do so in a shorter length of time.
This is true. Of course, you who have appeared on a couple of our
Yes.
special celebrity shows, and each time
$500,000.
you've made it to $500,000, you made it to the $1 million question, and you've walked. And I believe the first time you would have gone for it, you would have missed, and then the second time,
Right.
had you gone for it, you would have gotten it right.
Yeah.
Let's just have you scooch a little to the right, and
Oh,
get you centered and set up
gotcha.
here.
Gotcha. That's what I mean.
We have this augmented reality thing going on.
Yeah,
to where, like,
I understand.
you will be one with the money tree.
There you go.
With
Yes.
that being said, of course, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well,
I
as
mean,
you did
you're
mention,
definitely no stranger here,
No,
but for those that might not know.
I've been with BuzzIn now for 5-6 years. I started as the banker for, well, actually, I started as the host of Millionaire, moved to the banker for Deal or No Deal, turned host, hosted Legends of the Hidden Temple, and pretty soon, hopefully either next year or the year after, we have Greed coming to the lineup, which is one of my favorite game shows. And I'm actually hosting a brand new game show coming real soon called Floor is Lava.
Yes, and we will be talking about that later on. We do have an exciting new show coming on called Floor is Lava, but due to lots of copyright issues, we're not going to be streaming. Okay, and anyway,
Understandable.
that being said, are you ready to get started?
I am as ready as I'll ever be.
Absolutely. As a reminder, you are 15 questions away from 10 million BuzzIn dollars. You do have your 3 lifelines standing by to help you out. We will unlock those once again. You'll have 50-50. Ask the audience and ask the host. And as an added holiday bonus, you can consult with me up to 3 times in the first 10 questions without exhausting that lifeline. Once you make it past $100,000, you will make it into the final frontier of our game, where you will unlock the Ask the Expert and the Double Dip. And of course, tonight's expert, Brian Henniger from BuzzIn's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, is standing by to help you out at any time. Hey, Brian. All right, so he is standing by to help you out, and once we get there, we will bring him on board to help you with a question. Pat, are you ready to get started?
I am ready to go.
Audience, are you ready? No?
Let's play Super
Yes, yes, let's do this.
I just heard someone yell no. I'm like, wait.
Sorry,
what?
Brayden, I didn't realize I wasn't muted.
That's all right. Let's play Super Millionaire.
Now
All
it's time to
right.
break the $1 million curse.
Absolutely. We can do it. We have seen the previous contestant make it to the $1 million question.
That was a tricky
it's
$1 million question, yeah.
Absolutely. All right, well, let's start off relatively easy here for $1,000.
All right.
And in technology, what does the M in RAM or ROM stand for? Memory, music, mouth, mother.
Random access memory and read-only memory. A final answer.
Absolutely. The right answer for $1,000. All right, moving right along, let's take a look at your $2,000 question. With what show would you most commonly associate the phrase "winter is coming"? Is it Grey's Anatomy, Parks and Recreation, Game of Thrones. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Okay. I've never watched the series, but thankfully it is the title as well of the very first episode of the series. It's Game of Thrones. C, final answer.
I would love for it to be Parks and Rec, and if you take a look around, it very well could be Millionaire.
It could be Millionaire.
It's snowing in here, and we have the wreaths and all the stuff. But yeah, of course, it is Game of Thrones. All right, that brings you up to $2,000. Your next question is for $3,000. Here we go. Which of these is a slang term for coffee? Indonesia, Java, Ireland, Bora Bora.
If I get this wrong, revoke my gay coffee card immediately. Java, final answer.
I was ready. Snap.
You're snapped it, girl.
That's the right answer.
I'm like a good cup of Indonesia to start my day.
Right.
I prefer Starbucks tiramisu. Anyway,
Girl.
completely unrelated plug. Yes, I Starbucks tiramisu is quickly like becoming my new favorite because we just got some the other day. We got a new coffee maker. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. We're on Super Millionaire. All right, here's a question for $4,000. What was the name of the fictional building that served as the setting for the film Die Hard? Nakatomi, Nagasaki, Nagatomi, Nakasaki.
Please don't hate me, but I've seen bits and pieces of the film. I haven't seen the film thoroughly. God. I'm trying to visualize. Oh. I'm gonna Alan Rickman. I'm trying to visualize him. Unfortunately, I can't. I don't have the foggiest idea. I'm sorry, guys. So I would like to consult with Brayden
okay.
for my first time.
Okay, okay. I love Die Hard, and I saw A come up, and I was like, yep, definitely A. And then C came up, and I'm like, ooh, wait. Because it is not in Tomi, but is it Ka or is it Ga? I still think it, oh god, I just watched this not too long ago.
Now you understand the pressure I feel.
Oh god. Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, you guys are experiencing Brady having a meltdown on a $4,000 question.
I was so good last game. I'm like, this is 100,000. Yeah, it's this one. Here I am on a $4,000. No. Okay.
Take it.
I can do things. Okay. I can just hear the producers just in the background, just crying,
laughing, just crying and laughing.
They're laughing in my ear. Yes. Okay. So, I still think it's A. I am like 75% sure it's A, 25% sure it's C. It's definitely not B or D because it's Nakatomi. Nakatomi Plaza or something like that. Oh my god, it has to be A.
So okay.
Oh so god, if it's C though, because they rhyme. Oh, I hate that. Curse you, question writers, for making me doubt my life. It happened. Okay. Yes.
Okay. Nakatomi, A, final answer.
Oh god, please don't be C. Please don't be C.
If it's C, I swear to God, this question better be thrown out, and I better go for $5,000. I will protest the damn thing.
Please don't be C.
Computer, reveal the correct answer. Put us both of our misery.
Please don't be C.
Hey!
Okay.
Ho, ho, ho. Now you have $4,000.
I was really, really worried. Okay.
Rest in peace, Helen Rickman.
Yes. Rest in peace, my sanity. You're playing for $5,000. Oh god, that was really scary. Yes, for $5,000. Let's take a look at this question. Please get this so we can just move on and
Yes,
not have to worry
please,
about you going down to nothing. Yes, by definition, what is a shutterbug fond of? Shutterbug fond of. I can read. Insects, photography, shutters, napping.
An option came up as soon as the
Error
Minus
404.
negative.
Braden.exe has stopped responding.
I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna say photography. Final answer.
Sounds right to me, and it has to be. Yeah, it has to be. It is
Yeah.
photography. Any woman in her early 20s that should have her phone confiscated. Anyway,
They don't need to have Instagram or any of
I'm
those.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. But Becky, calm down, please. Sorry. Lord, here I am thinking for $2,000 because this is question 6. We're not playing your. This is not your father's millionaire. All right, for $10,000. All right. Why do I have a feeling that was one of our our branding slogan at some point? I feel like.
Oh shoot!
Who was the first One Direction member to embark on a solo career? Was it Liam, Harry, Lewis, or Zayn?
I wish I could ask Tony because he would know this, but I can't. He told me this, and I'm mad that I didn't stick.
Too bad you don't have phone a friend. You could phone your roommate.
I could so ask him because
Instead, they decided to replace the phone a friend with me, which, as we can tell, was a wonderful idea. Audience, hush. They had eggnog before the show, and they need to just
Too
pipe down.
much.
Pipe
Too
down. Tony nothing at it from the door.
He's actually in his room. I seriously
This tie
cannot
is getting
remember.
tighter by the minute. Brian, how do you wear this for hours on end?
I don't remember. So I hate to say this. It didn't stick. So I don't know if you've listened to enough One Direction.
I think no.
Voices are calling at me from the unknown.
God. I think I'm gonna ask the audience.
Okay, I would think that is a wise decision.
Yeah, because
Audience.
yeah.
Pat needs your help. The question again was, who was
Desperately.
the first One Direction member to embark on a solo career? A is Liam, B is Harry, C is Louis, D is Zayn. A, B, C, D. Please vote now. We're just gonna let that run for a couple of minutes while we get everything tallied up here. Someone voted B flat in the audience? No, I'm just kidding. Alright, let's take a look at the audience results, and it appears that the majority of the audience, both in Discord and on Virtual Paradise here in the live studio, believe that the answer is Zayn. We're going to go ahead and highlight that, but I will say that Harry is also receiving votes. I'm waiting
Yeah.
from backstage to get the Twitch vote.
Twitch 100% for D.
Twitch also 100% for Zane.
Okay, that would have been my guess out of the 4. I didn't really want to go out on question 6. So Zane, final answer.
All right, and that I was between Harry and Zane, but it appears that has our audience ever been wrong? Actually, yes, they have, but tonight, no, they are not. 2 for 2, audience. Good job.
Good job, guys.
All right, Pat, playing for $20,000. Moving right along, and here it is. Which of these is the scientific term for a brain freeze? That. Oh no! We knew this was coming.
Ianthides Italica.
Would you like me to help you, Braden?
Is it Hyacinthoides Italica? A. Amblyoma americanum. Amaranthus retroflexus. God. Sphenopalatine ganglioneuralgia.
Sphenopalatine ganglioorthoneuralgia.
See, this is why you are the one normally asking the questions. And allow me to throw the question over to today's guest celebrity to read the question and the answers.
Would you like me to, seriously?
If you would not mind, just as a little added help.
Of course. Which of these is a scientific term for a brain freeze? Hyacinthoides Italica, Amblyoma americanum, Amaranthus retroflexus, or Sphenopalatine ganglioneuralgia?
Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Henniger.
Round of applause. Thank you.
You need to start writing pronunciation guides. Believe me, I had to.
It's hard to do that when we're doing it live. But yes, thank you so much, Brian.
We now return you to your amazingly awesome host already in progress.
Thanks. I'm not feeling so hot this game. I had a go in last game. Thank you, Brian. We've met the Alistair. Have we met the quota? Are you satisfied?
I think he's very satisfied.
Not yet, but we're getting there.
This is what happens when you put 2 gay guys on a stage. The stream runs for hours.
By the way, Alistair, thank you for being up at 4:30 in the morning to watch this all unfold.
It's all good. My life is a mess.
All of our lives are.
Can relate.
Can relate. Anyways, I don't have the stinkiest idea once again. Scientific term used for...
As a reminder, you have your 50-50 and ask...
I doubt any of these lifelines are going to do me any good right now.
I've shown that I clearly know what these are.
50-50, please.
Computer, if you would, please take away 2 of the wrong answers. That leaves you with A and D.
Hyacinthoides Italica, final answer.
Okay, let's do that. Let's lock that in. Hyacinthoides Italica or Sphenopalatine ganglioneuralgia. Neuro is what pulled me towards D, because neuro, brain, algia, I think, is Latin for cold.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm so sorry, Pat.
It's okay.
It was
okay.
D.
It's okay. It is okay. It is okay. It's okay. It was a very tough one.
That was a very tough question.
It was a very
Guys,
tough
give it up,
question.
Pat. $5,000. Did you have fun?
I had a lot
Nicely
of fun.
done.
All right, Pat is leaving us with $5,000. All in all, tonight we gave away $105,000 on our very first episode of Super Millionaire. I'd say that was a pretty good game. Thank you so much, Pat.
Thank you.
Oh boy.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the first ever episode of BuzzIn's Who Wants to Be a Super Millionaire. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Now I think we're all gonna cozy on up by the fireside and enjoy a very nice crisp evening rather. Good Lord, I'm just so out of it right now. That was so incredible. It was such a fun first show. I could not be happier. Look around. This was just fantastic, beautiful set, beautifully done, an incredible game. Thank you everyone for being a part of this one. A huge thank you to our question writers, our executive producer Mark Webb, and thank you guys for allowing me to be here and be a part of this. However, the fun is not over yet, because for our folks in the UK that are probably asleep right now, they're in for a surprise tomorrow, because we're going to do it all again tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. That's 8 p.m. or 2000 GMT, 2100 for Central Europe time, and noon for our folks on the West Coast. So that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much. This has been Super Millionaire. I'm Braden Dees. Have a great night and a wonderful Christmas.